What's up guys, my name is Chris Karyuusai and welcome back to the Karyuusai channel. This time around, another first look video, my time at Sandrock. Now I haven't played my time at Porsche yet, but I know it's quite well known in the farming game landscape. However, my general rule of thumb when choosing a farming game is by checking out the Bachelorette wiki page and pick a girl. If you have watched my Honeypop 2 videos, then you should know.
Have you ever been caught playing with yourself before?
But yeah, there is nobody in my time at Porsche that I'm interested in, so I decided to go to Sandrock instead. Released in 2023, I believe it's supposed to be a sequel to My Time at Porsche since it seems to be taking place in the same universe, which is a post-apocalyptic Disneyland. Starting off with character creation, one thing that immediately caught my interest is the modular hairstyle. I think this is really cool cause I can make all sorts of different hairstyles just from a handful of selections. Honestly, I wish more games would implement this. After creating a basic character, I was brought directly to Sandrock. No introduction, no backstory, just straight up arriving there without knowing my motivation at all. I was expecting a grandpa in his deathbed talking about leaving me a patch of land in the countryside to take care of. Getting off the train, immediately I felt like the world is disproportionately too large. I think it's mostly bad camera placement during cutscenes because it feels completely fine during gameplay. Once I got free move, I looked around a little bit, and my first impression of the town was they definitely could have done better with dynamic text in-game. Wasn't long before I got put into some tutorials though. The tutorial part consists of a series of missions. There are main missions marked in orange and side quests marked with blue. Most of the side quests are just about crafting something or deliver something. But as you progress further, there will be more quests asking to build various infrastructures, find something in mine, cook something, and so on. These side quests sometimes have fun stories tied to them, so definitely worth doing. I happened to run into this superhero guy and decided to go through combat tutorial, where I found out that I can lock onto enemies. The only issue I have with this is the fact that the character isn't focused on the enemy. Normally you would sidestep when you lock onto an enemy, but here he just walks normally. This becomes a problem because I chose to use sword and shield as a weapon, but whenever I do shield charge, it always misses because the character is not facing the locked on enemy. What am I supposed to do with it? Anyway, moving on to the crafting or building mechanic. I went to my new boss's office and saw him being threatened by a thug, so I decided to put me and this girl to work. As always though, crafting mechanics are all the same. It's a similar mechanic to Stardew Valley, Coral Island, or even Minecraft for that matter. Crafting in this game I feel like can be categorized as such. First of all is the machine. Building machine and infrastructure, this can be done using the assembly pad in your house. And then the materials. Crafting materials using specific machines. For example, recycler will take scraps and then turn it into some other materials. Furnace will smelt ores into ingots, you get the idea. And then the end products, which are furnitures and equipments. This is done in the workbench once we have the recipe and all the required materials. Once we're done helping the thug to install a lift, he will allow us to go dive down to the ancient ruins, or basically just mines. Now I want to talk about mining mechanic, since the last mining mechanic I experienced was Coral Island, and this one is miles better. Mining feels more dynamic, albeit still repetitive, but the rewards are plentiful, and straightforward materials or valuable relics. In comparison, what I remembered from Coral Island mine was these stones that have to be opened at the blacksmith, then you can get something valuable from it. In Sandrock though, I always come out of the mine with a bag full of useful stuffs like copper and tin ores and a full set of some expensive relics. It feels rewarding. After spending all day in the mine, it's time to meet up with some people and finally find out my true love. Socializing in this game feels a lot more transparent. First of all, it's a one chat, one gift a day formula, which I like. and it also shows how many relationship points you get from interactions. If it's not already obvious, my go-to bae for this playthrough is going to be Amira. I just like her design as well. Speaking of bachelorette, there is this interesting mechanic where you can reply to mails from your distant friend and family, and then earn relationship points with them. So I suppose this is a way to introduce the secret bachelorette Nia, which is not a secret anymore if you already seen the wiki. As you become better friends with someone, you will unlock a bunch of interactions. Once you reach a relationship level buddy with someone, you can then hang out with them, which is basically just running around town doing stuff together. This girl Amira keeps visiting me at home early in the morning, asking if I would hang out. I think leave it to this game to make character romance feels like a bothersome chore. I would say let's finally start farming now. But my god, I spent tens of hours into the game before they finally teach me how to farm. Even then, I still had to fight lizard boss and build complicated machines first. Not quite what I expected, knowing this franchise regularly listed as a farming game. Farming in this game is quite different. For starters, we are in the middle of a desert, so the immediate concern is soil and water. Interestingly, the soil quality improves over time, but to make it plantable, you need to use straws to create a straw grid. Once that's handled, the next issue is water and fertilizer. Rather than treating the crops directly, you are actually improving the soil when you water and fertilize it, which causes the soil to level up with use. While the early stages feel straightforward, I found it frustrating that the straw grid is destroyed after each harvest. This means you have to keep buying more straw to plant new crops, adding yet another cost to what's already a piss poor revenue. I'm planning to do a more in-depth gameplay of the farming mechanic in this game, and I'll try to formulate which crops would be most valuable. So in order to not miss that, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and the bell. I'll be honest, I was expecting this game to be something I'll play for a week, make the video and then never touch again. However, I actually enjoyed the game and intend to finish it completely. After spending hours in the game, I just realized that the game has a skill tree. It's probably already mentioned in one of the 6,000 pop-up tips I didn't bother to look at cause I was busy playing the game. There are still many aspects of the game I haven't touched on yet, such as the museum, sand fishing, cooking, community events, and more. Chances are I'll end up making a second look video to dive deeper into these features and cover what I missed in the first impression. To wrap things up, I came in expecting a chore, but I ended up genuinely enjoying my time at Sandrock. Whether you're building, mining, or completing quests, there's always something new to do every couple of days. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.